Anyways, torquey. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing a very unique Ram 2500. Before we get into the video though, as always, a huge shout out and thank you to the Laramie Long Bed Dodge Ram here in Sandy for giving me some time with this truck. It is available for sale. If you're interested, I'll include a link to their inventory in the description down below. I'm also going to include a link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car. Let's get into the video. So this is not going to be a typical nicely edited Ben Hardy review because I'm just going to be going over why this truck is so strange, basically. So first off, this truck is a Laramie, and we got to talk about what is under the hood of this Laramie. So instead of having a nice transition clip, we'll just pop the hood. So you guys can see we have the 6.7 liter Cummins under the hood. It is, well, a 6.7 liter inline six, goes through a 6-speed automatic transmission known as the 68 RFE. It's good for 370 horsepower and then 850 pound-feet of torque. So that is not too weird. The truck is blue, which is also, you know, more of a rare color on Rams, but again, not too strange from a package perspective. And again, this is, you know, from a front-end appearance perspective, just a regular Laramie. So like, you've got the chrome front grille, the LED lights, all that kind of stuff. So that's all normal. And it's a 2500, which is pretty popular. I'll tell you guys why in a moment. Normal wheels on this truck, but this is where the weirdness starts, and that is the bed area. So first off, I want to show you guys the payload sticker. You can see the payload is 1,780 pounds, okay? This truck has an 8-foot bed, and it has a payload of 1,780 pounds. Like, you've got way too much bed for payload. And this also has the whole, like, fifth wheel prep situation as well. So, like, this truck is set up for towing, but it's a 2500, not a 3500. And because of all the equipment this truck has added to it that I'll show you guys in a moment, it doesn't have as much payload as it should have. Now, one of the reasons why the 2500 is so popular is because it has multi-link here in the back, you guys can see, instead of leaf springs, typically. But this truck has the rear air suspension, which adds weight and complexity, but also basically makes it so the rear can raise and lower for different trailers and all that kind of stuff. You have an alternate trailer height button. Show that to you guys in a moment. But yeah, that's another thing. Is again, this truck is like all set up for towing, but it's a big diesel truck with a long bed, but it's set up for like lightweight towing, which is, yeah, I don't know, kind of strange. I mean, it's not like, I mean, this truck can still tow, like, let's see, you're maxed out by payload pretty much. So the most you could tow with this truck is like 17,000 pounds because of the payload, because you have to count for yourself as a person. So probably not even that much, because the tongue weight 10%. So you could maybe only tow, yeah, like 15,000 pounds with this truck because you're gonna be maxed out by payload. Anyways, normal Laramie interior. This has power side steps, which, you know, it's added to some Laramies, so it kind of makes sense. Crew cab configuration, as you guys can see. But trust me, it gets weirder. So we got the trailer mirrors with the blind spot monitoring. That's not too weird. Notice you can adjust the convex mirror, which is pretty cool. Got the normal Laramie seats here. Now I'm gonna pop the truck on, because it's also like, it's 100 degrees outside. So we're gonna turn good old ventilated seat on. So you guys can see here, this truck is like fully loaded from an option perspective. We have adaptive cruise control. You've got the nicer gauge cluster that comes with the Laramies, right? And you got the nicer dash and everything. Harman Kardon sound system, upgraded from the Alpine, okay? We got the big 12-inch display. We also have the regular camera system, not the 360, so I guess it's not fully loaded. But like I said, we got the rear air suspension, so you got the alternate trailer height thing there. Diesel exhaust brake comes standard with the diesels. And, you know, other stuff here at the 12-inch display, it's just the new display. You guys can see kind of like the functionality on that, and then also with the bed lowering, and then also the side steps. This also has the camera mirror. Kind of interesting. Power sliding rear window. Sunroof. Notice how you get like the cream colored headliner, which is pretty normal for a Laramie. And then this one has a bench seat, not a center console. So it's like loaded up, but then it has a bench seat, which, yeah, just the weirdness continues. Anyways, gonna shut it off. Nice power side step, helps out with getting in and out. And, well, Let's go to the window sticker. Well, get ready for some craziness. So, base price $59,000. Okay, this color is called Patriot Blue, by the way, if you guys are wondering. So you guys can see you've got like the adaptive cruise control and everything as part of a group, which yeah, makes sense. And again, loaded up Laramie, so it's a Laramie B equipment group, which okay, fair enough, makes sense. The air suspension, $1,700, 12-inch display, $1,200. Okay, diesel engine, $9,500. And so like once you start adding everything together, because this has a bunch of different stuff, you get an MSRP of $84,530. $84,000 for a diesel 2500 long bed that is, you know, set up to be a work truck, but then doesn't have the payload to be a work truck because of how it's set up. It's confusing. This truck is very, very confusing. I'm sure this truck makes sense for someone, but yeah, definitely a very niche buyer. Anyways, let's take it out and drive it. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility of the hood. Both of the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. Then throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. Literally started raining. This is the thing about Utah, is it'll be over 100 degrees outside and sunny, and then you'll just have these clouds that'll just be like, you know what? It's time to drop the load, metaphorically. Anyways, I guess we'll just drive this truck, see how it drives, and I guess I'll give a conclusion on this thing. Freaking temperature's reading 118 degrees outside. That's what happens on, see, people don't understand, like dealership parking lots are really hot because you got all the metal and you have the asphalt, and so like the asphalt absorbs the heat and then the metal contains it and absorbs even more heat, and so you just get this like doubling down effect where basically car lots just get extremely hot. Anyways, driving this truck. So first off, ride quality is really good. That's the thing about the 2500. You know, having the multi-link and then this one having the air suspension helps out a lot compared to a 3500 with the leaf springs. And this having the long bed definitely, you know, has a nice smooth ride about it. Feels super stable, which is great. It's one of the reasons why you get the long bed, right, for the stability. And then if you want even more stability, you go for the dually. Now, this being the, you know, standard Cummins is, you know, lower on horsepower compared to Ford and Chevy and torque with their similar trucks in this segment, in this 2500 segment, but you know, this still punches. And the Cummins has been known to be extremely reliable, so you definitely have that benefit with the truck. Now we'll wait for this person to, are you gonna move? No, it's a Ford Focus, it's gonna be slow. Oh, they don't know where they're going, that's why. This happens all the time. There you go. You figured it. Oh, nope. There was so much hesitation there. Anyways. Torquey. Definitely torquey. So, yeah. Does this truck make sense? In my mind, it's confusing. Not really. Like I said, it's like fully loaded luxury truck in the inside. And I get why some people go for the bench seat because they want like the bench seat so they can use it. I get that. I've seen that before. But then like doing a fully loaded interior and a long bed and like the towing stuff and everything in a 2500 that's not going to have a ton of payload, it's very confusing. I need one of you guys to explain this truck to me, seriously, like, because this, with how this truck's set up, it has barely more payload than a half ton. Yes, this can still tow more than a half ton, and the diesel is going to tow way better than a half ton, but I feel like if someone's going to be going above, you know, the 10,000 pounds that most half tons can tow nowadays, then would they go for this, or would they just go for like a short bed with a different setup that has more payload? I don't know. I'm very confused by this truck. I like it. I like the fact that this was actually built because of how weird it is. I'm trying to think of an application for which this would be used, and the closest thing that I can think of is if you're basically not going to put anything in the bed and you're going to tow a trailer that's like 11,000 pounds, right? So that you still have a little bit of room of payload left for you and your passengers. And yeah, that's it. So that you get better gas mileage and it's going to feel better towing. I guess like that's what this truck could be used for. But like if you wanted to do like a big family trip where you and your family goes, and then you have a big trailer over 10,000 pounds and you load up the bed, you're gonna max out the payload with this truck. So you'd have to get a different 2,500 or a 3,500, frankly. So let me know what you guys think about this truck. Let me know what you think. That's gonna sum things up for our video on this truck. And again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Large Miller Dodge Ram Jeep Chrysler in Sandy, Utah for giving me some time with the truck. Check out the intro in the description down below. I'll see you guys.